The movie 14 Peaks documents Nimsdai Purja's attempt to climb the 14 highest peaks in the world, including mountains like Mount Everest, K2, and other mountains with incredibly high death rates per attempt. Their endeavor to climb it in one season is ambitious, dangerous, and every single detail matters. One small misstep is the difference between life and death. This week's Parasha Teruma, isn't dealing with life and death in the same manner, but it's discussing the details, the intricate details of every one of the vessels that went into the tabernacle. It's incredible how careful it is to describe the material, the colors, and everything else about the tabernacle and the materials inside, including the menorah, the holy ark of the covenant, and everything else that's in there. We spend one chapter discussing all of Parashat Bereshit, all of the creation of the universe. And hey, look, we're still here right now, enjoying the universe that was created back then. But now we're going to spend the next 6 parshas discussing the details of the tabernacle, something that we no longer have today, as can be seen behind me, where the temple once stood, but no longer does. So how is it relevant? Clearly, it's not something that used to be important and no longer is. The Torah doesn't waste ink on something like that. It's something that still is important. It's the centerpiece of Judaism that, even though we don't have what it represents and what was included there, still is relevant in our lives. The details matter. Now I want to highlight one specific element of the tabernacle, of the temple, which is that the Ark of the Covenant is in a room with gold everywhere, with the angels facing each other. The 10 Commandments is inside. That room is entered one time by one person, one day a year, and nobody else ever goes into that room. So what's the deal? This beautiful, holiest vessel in the universe ever created is inaccessible. What this shows us is that the details, even what is not seen, even what's happening behind the scenes, is just or more important than what is publicly seen. We look at people with cool cars and dressing in great clothes, and we see their important titles. This is all superficial. This is what we see from the outside. But we learn from this week's parasha that it's the details that are on the inside. It's the preparation that Nims and his team went through before they even started their trek. When they were training, when they were inside, when they were in Nepal, training at altitude, going through intense workouts before the season started, so that once the season started, they were able to get out there and climb the mountains. What we have powering Judaism, we know is there, but we don't see it, is more important than what we show it is there. We're not driven by what we show superficially, we're driven by what's inside of us. I think that's the lesson of Parashat Teruma, and that's what made Nims and his team successful. That's what made the greatest inventions of all time that withstand the test of time, able to withstand the test of time. They're built with a purpose, and even if that purpose isn't seen, the mechanics show and reveal themselves. In the end, we achieve success only when we pay attention to the details, not just in what everybody else is seeing, but who we are behind the closed doors. That's the key to success of this week's parasha, and that's your adventure principle of the week. Shabbat Shalom.